I was really asking for it on this one, guys. So, first off, before we talk about this watch, big thanks to Richard and the crew at Saltzman's, Rhode Island. Link in the description. They are authorized dealer for Breitling, and they do a heck of a job out there for sure. So, it's not very often I show a ladies' watch, a woman's watch, right? Well, Richard had this one in stock. My wife absolutely loves this watch. There was one before this that actually had colored gems on it. And that's the one she fell in love with. And it has a green alligator leather strap with it. This one she loves as well. I shouldn't even have brought this one in because I must just be a glutton for punishment. Yeah, she loves this one. The problem is, well, at least for me, it's $13,600 because it is two-tone with 18 karat rose gold and stainless steel, and then those are lab-grown diamonds. They're not like real diamonds, but they look the part, right? And then you have ceramic rider tabs and a ceramic crown. So use of material great, execution is great, but with at least with my wife, and I think a lot of other women out there, and even men, quite frankly, they are drawn to watches that they just like the look of it. So they don't necessarily care about all the other fine details or even the heritage or the brand recognition or anything like that. Because my wife's been around me through this whole journey. She's had access and availability to an amazing amount of watches and different variations and different brands. And this is the watch that she is drawn to the most. I wish I could just make it happen for her, but it is just a little out of my reach. Anyway, enough about my personal experience with this watch and that philosophy. Let's get into the watch because this is something really cool that Breitling did. And they went with a little bit larger ladies' watch. It's a 38 millimeter. Oftentimes, they're really small, petite watches. And I could be wrong on this, but I suspect I'm not. But as we get older, it's our eyesight, I don't want to say we're going blind or anything, but, we would rather have a little bit larger watch dial to be able to tell the time. It's less strain on our eyes. It's just easier to read real quick. And a 38 millimeter for, people my age, I'm like in the mid 40s, is a good size for a lady's watch at that point because they can just see it better. Anyway, again, I went off on a ramble. So 38 millimeter case, 45.4 millimeter. Now that's why it works so well. You can still go with a little bit larger case and dial, but keep that lug to lug short. And that's what Breitling did, and they nailed it. This thing is beautiful. 12.2 millimeter thick, 20 millimeter lug width. You can see this, the Chronomat or bullet bracelet flares out to meet the case profile and then tapers back down to 18 mil. And you have those rose gold links also incorporated in there, but not too many. So you're not going to get that stretch that you would often get with a lot of soft material gold bracelets. The bracelet's going to hold up over time. You have a great butterfly clasp. And then, of course, you have the 18 karat rose gold bezel, which does turn. I'll probably turn it in a little bit. But inside is the movement B17. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can take a look at this beauty. I love that green dial in combination with these gems. It's just a beautiful watch. I definitely see why my wife loves this watch. Maybe I don't know, maybe I can sell a kidney or something. Anyway, inside the B17 movement, which I think might be a Salida. I'm not 100% sure what they're using exactly, but they do regulate it. They're all chronometer grade. They use their own rotor and everything like that. So that's why they're able to call it a B17. It does have 38 power reserve. And then I did already talk about these rider tabs are actually ceramic. That's green ceramic in there to kind of match up with the watch. And a green ceramic crown with a 18 karat rose gold or red gold inlay inside there. Just a beautiful watch. Nice thin profile. There's a look at the case back. Still has a sticker on there. Now you can get this watch with a rubber strap or what I think looks the best is the green alligator leather strap. It pairs up so cool with this. It makes it, I think, a little more casual wear and not so blinged out and dressy in this configuration. As good as this bracelet is, as comfortable and beautiful as it is, and the bracelet really doesn't cost a lot. So it could be, maybe you buy it with the bracelet and then add the leather strap. The leather strap is $5.50 on its own. I did ask my wife what she would prefer on this. Not that I was buying it for her, but and she honestly said she would rather have it on the leather strap. And that's just because that's how she would prefer to wear it. So everyone's got their preference, whether it's the look of the watch or the strap or bracelet configuration. So, a lot of us will say, preach it, buy it on bracelet, add the leather strap later. But if you know you're never going to wear the bracelet, then why buy the bracelet? Because I think that philosophy incorporates a level of like, well, it's going to make the watch more valuable when you go to sell it. But you got to understand, like when my wife gets a watch or when she buys a watch, she has zero intention of selling that watch. She's end user. And I think that's why a lot of these watches like this, you will not see on the secondary or used market, is because these are end user watches. They bought them, I believe, what I feel like is the proper reason to buy a watch. Now, I'm a bit of a hypocrite in that way because a lot of the watches I do buy end up on the chopping block. Not recently, but I am titled as a serial flipper, like a lot of people are in my in the watch community. But imagine if you bought with the intention of keeping it forever, so you didn't really care about all of the other issues or even the price point. Because if you think about it that way, sure, it's $13,600, but if you're end user in your 40s, you're going to have this watch for like 30, 40, 50 years potentially, and you spread that cost out over that time, and the watch is actually not that expensive. Assuming you're not going to buy a ton of watches. But if you're going to buy like one or two really cool watches, then in my opinion, and maybe it's just because I'm a watch obsessive, I can kind of justify it. Anyway, let's see it on my 7.25 inch wrist, because it's still a 38 mil watch. I mean, I could wear it. Would I wear it? No. It's definitely feminine looking for my taste, but it is a really cool watch. And I love these Breitling Chronomats. These are very cool bracelets. It does have lume too. So let's check out the lume. I know I went way off topic on this one, but I don't. What else am I going to say? I really, look at those, the stones glisten too in the light. Yeah, I really messed up, guys. I don't know what I was thinking bringing this in. I wanted to see it. I wanted to show it. But I should have known better. Learn from my mistakes. Or just go buy one for her. I'll see you on the next vid.